your life is a waning moon.
It's a matter of time, a matter of time.
Don't need to look far to find it. Every story you tell, we're in pursuit.
It's all in your mind, it's all in your mind.
Look behind you. Hey, what was that? Boo.
You can run, but are you fast enough? You can hide, but I will find you.
Close your eyes if you don't doze off. Hold your breath so I don't hear you.
The trail of tears that you will leave me will lead me straight to those that fear me.
You can run if I don't catch you, but nightmare time is gonna get you. Take every precaution, babe. Get out the caution tape, 'cause the timer is ticking down.
Do you even understand
The danger that you are in, you're standing on shaky ground.
a victimless crime, a victimless crime.
I'm in your head and your back, nothing that you do about it.
It's all by design, all by design.
Right behind you. Where'd he go?
You can run, but are you fast enough? You can hide, but I will find you. Close your eyes if you don't doze off. Hold your breath so I don't hear you. The trail of tears that you will leave me will lead me straight to those who fear me. You can run if I don't catch you, but nightmare time is gonna get you. Run away if you want, if you dare. The nightmare's gonna get you. Just run away if you want, if you dare. The nightmare's gonna get you.
Just run away if you want.
Daddy's gonna get you. You can run if I don't catch you, but the nightmare time already caught you.
Forever and always, forever I needed, forever I wanted something more to come true. Forever and always, forever I pleaded with the world that it'd see things from my point of view. The day we collided, all my plans had fell through. I finally conceded that fate had planned something new. It was forever and always you.
Forever and always, forever I knew that, forever I knew that I was alone and for good. Forever and always, forever succeeded in excluding the world from wherever I stood. Your heart was unflinching, mine still broken too. My walls were collapsing, once defeated I knew. It was forever and always you.
It was
Forever and always.
Oh, how much time is left? I'm so in love that one day less than forever won't be enough.
Oh, so much I take back, I can't shake that. All the time we wasted with anyone but us.
Forever and always us. Forever and
Always us. Forever and always us. forever and always.
Us.
Crisp, clean sunlight streams through large stained glass windows. A gathering of friends and family sits in the main hall of Hatchetfield's Natural History Museum, which has been booked for a very special occasion. Professor Henry Higgins officiates.
So ends the lesson. And now, the bride and groom have prepared their own vows. Paul?
Paul Matthews stands dressed in a very handsome tuxedo. He smiles down at his bride-to-be.
Hi, Emma.
Emma Perkins smiles back. Her dress is perfect. Her braided updo woven with flowers. In the crowd, Bill Woodward dabs his eyes with a hanky. A woman with curls and cat-eye glasses, Sylvia, takes his arm.
Oh, Billy, isn't it so romantic?
Behind them, a man in a hurry checks his watch.
I wish they just kissed already.
Paul unfolds a piece of paper and starts to read.
Wow. Here we are. Seems like it was only yesterday when I walked into a local coffee shop for a cup of black coffee. No cream, no sugar. Nothing in it. And there you were, working at the register. And you were very rude to me.
The crowd chuckles.
And yet, I found myself coming back to Beanie's the next day. And the day after that. And every day after that. For a while, I told myself it was for the coffee, but who am I kidding? It was bad coffee.
The coffee's shit. We spit in it sometimes.
The truth is, what kept me coming back, time after time, was a girl. A girl who gets chatty when she's stressed. A girl who can make you laugh while she's wiping down a counter or brewing a pot of decaf. A girl whose smile can make your heart sing, even if you don't like musicals. I was born here in Hatchetfield. I never had any kind of aspirations for myself. I never really wanted anything. Until I met you, Emma Perkins. You gave me a purpose. Because I want to be a man who's worthy to stand up here with you. And I vow to do everything in my power to be that man. I love you, Emma Perkins. The latte hottie. My wife!
The crowd loved that one, especially Ted.
Yes! That's Borat, dude!
Forever and always.
Emma?
Emma unfolds her own vows and starts to read.
Wow. Here we are. You know, I remember the night before my sister Jane got married. I was on the phone with her, trying to talk her out of it. Sorry, Tom.
In the crowd, Tom Houston is not amused.
Uh-huh.
I said, "You're really gonna let this hairy Yeti man hog half your bed, filling it with his farts for the rest of your life?" And that's how it was for the rest of her life. But I don't think she'd have it any other way. If I could go back in time and talk to a younger Emma Perkins, I'm sure she'd tell me there's no worse fate than settling down and getting married in Hatchetfield. To which I'd say, could be worse. You could be getting hitched in Clivesdale.
This sends the crowd into a celebratory frenzy. Bill shouts, "Clivesdale!"
Yeah.
And I'd tell her, relax, you haven't met Paul yet. But now I have. And I find myself doing things I never thought I would. I think it's because there's this part of me I didn't know before. The part that wants to save money instead of blowing it on another hiking trip. The part of me that thinks it's a huge turn on that you just have a boring office job that you don't like, but you do it anyway because it gets us health insurance. I never had insurance before you, Paul. I never used to think about the future. Now I think about it all the time. I want to thank you for introducing me to that Emma. I know who I am now. I'm Emma Perkins. And I love you, Paul Matthews. Forever and...
Liar!
What?
Everyone turns to find a homeless man standing in the aisle.
I said you are a f***ing liar!
Excuse me, who let that guy in here?
You think I don't know? Huh? You think I don't remember? I've seen the plan. You aren't Emma Perkins!
Tom gets up and takes the man's arm.
All right, pal, it's enough.
Get off me! Were you chasing me? That's not Emma Perkins! That's not Emma! Spare change for the homeless? That's not Emma!
Tom escorts the homeless man out. Ted watches them go.
What a loser, right?
I'm sorry for the interruption, everyone, but the show must go on. Emma, you were saying...
He motions for Emma to continue, but she's shaken.
I'm sorry.
She turns and runs off.
Emma? Emma?
Paul follows her. He finds Emma on a bench in an empty hallway. She's crying, her head in her hands. He approaches, lightly touching her shoulder.
Emma, are you all right? I'm so sorry. I don't know how that homeless man got in here, but I'm gonna have a word with the venue.
No, it's not that, Paul. It's just... the reality of all this is hitting me for the first time.
I know. It's crazy. But I'm right here with you.
Paul, I can't do this.
Emma, no.
Unless... if this marriage is going to work, it needs to be built on trust, right?
Absolutely.
You have to understand, it is hard for me to be 100% honest with anyone. I have a confession to make, but I'm afraid to tell you what it is.
Hey, you never have to be afraid with me. You can tell me anything and I'll only love you more.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. Here goes. I'm not Emma Perkins, and I never was.
Excuse me?
Emma Perkins is dead.
Huh?
She was on a backpacking trip in Guatemala. I was there too. She was on a bus, there was an accident. She didn't make it. And we were staying at the same hostel. She'd left her things there. Her phone rang and I answered it. It was her brother-in-law, Tom. He was in tears. His wife, Jane, Emma's sister, had also just died. And he started talking to me like I was Emma. I didn't have the heart to tell him that she was gone too. So he invited me to Jane's funeral, and I don't know why, but I went. It had been so long since Emma had left home, I guess I looked enough like her that everyone just accepted me. God, and it felt so good. I never had a family, Paul. I never had anyone. So one thing led to another, and then I met you.
Let me get this straight, Emma.
Again, I'm not Emma. You can keep calling me that, but I am not her.
Okay. So, you stole this woman's life?
Well, I don't think about it like that. It's more like what I did with her phone. I found something that no one was using, I picked it up, and I kept it.
This is, a big reveal.
Yeah, it's a huge weight off my shoulders. But remember, Paul, I'm the woman you fell in love with. Why should it matter if my name isn't really Emma Perkins? That doesn't change who I am now. That doesn't change what we have.
But all these people think you're someone else.
I know. I don't blame you if you hate me now. I don't blame you if you want to call off the wedding.
Her head falls back into her hands. The tears stream down. Paul knows that this moment will define the rest of his life. What kind of man is he going to be? He kneels down beside her and takes her hands in his own.
Sweetheart, look at me. I love you. Whether your name is Emma
It's not.
or whatever it is. I made a vow to you, the woman I met at Beanie's. You don't need to hide anything. I'll accept you for who you are. Who you were.
Paul, never ask me who I really am. Don't do it. Don't you ever ask me that. If you ask me, I'll have to tell you. And I hate to think what would happen then. I guarantee, whoever I was before will never affect our lives going forward. It may as well have never happened. I will love you until the day you die. But until then, you will know that I am not Emma Perkins. If you can accept that, then marry me. Right now. Do you accept that, Paul Matthews? Do you?
I do.
Wedding bells ring. Paul and Emma kiss. Their family and friends rejoice. They eat cake. They dance all night. Paul kicks open the door to their hotel honeymoon suite. With Emma in his arms, he carries her across the threshold, and they both fall onto the bed, kissing deeply.
I love you, Mrs. Matthews.
I love you too, Mr. Perkins.
Is that how we're doing it? Take each other's names?
Just an idea.
Emma pulls him into another loving embrace. For the next week, they rent a lake house at Starry Cove, turn off their phones, dream of the future, and enjoy that fresh marital bliss. It's almost too good to last. When the honeymoon's over, Paul returns to his job at the shadowy tech conglomerate, Coven Communications Research and Power, also known as CCRP. He steps off the elevator and heads for his cubicle, passing a woman with curls and cat-eye glasses, Sylvia, the receptionist from the top floor.
Hey, Sylvia.
She waves awkwardly, and her hands are full of architectural blueprints and a strange device, something like a Geiger counter. Her phone is cradled between her ear and shoulder. She speaks into it.
Yeah, I got the floor plan open. Okay, directly over lab C8 would be... Oh, God. No, thank you. I'm not going into that office without a hazmat suit. No, I'm not afraid of a possible temporal distortion. It's Spenkovsky's office. He's made the whole thing radioactive. The guy whacks off in there, I just know it. I swear when they finally fire that bastard, I'm gonna have him nail the door shut. Just tell him I scanned it.
Later, Paul sits at his desk. One cubicle over, Bill Woodward is on the phone with his ex-wife.
Yeah, of course Alice can stay with me on her break. I'd prefer that, and so would she. What do you gotta do that's so important? France, huh? The Riviera. You going alone or with Alan? Of course you are. Yeah, I'm seeing someone too, by the way. It is good for me. I think she's the love of my life. Well, I'm happy for me too. I'm just worried about you and Alan, because Sylvia and I don't need to go to France to feel romantic. Okay, bye!
He hangs up before she can respond. He sighs and turns to Paul.
Marriage is such a crock of shit. It was a lovely ceremony, by the way. Congratulations, Paul.
Was that your ex-wife?
Yep. I tell you, Paul, you think you know somebody, but when the ring goes on that finger, all the secrets start coming out. First, it's Alan's just a friend, a business associate. Then it's, all right, we kissed in college once. Before you know it, it's sorry, Bill, I never stopped loving him and I'm leaving.
Well, that's not going to happen to me and Emma. Emma and I don't keep... We only keep secrets when we have to. But those secrets will not affect our lives going forward, she promised.
All I'm saying is, you better have a warranty on that fan, because eventually the shit's gonna hit it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday you're gonna have one shitty ass fan on your hands.
Thanks, Bill. Well, I'm going to the Java Cafe. You want anything?
Not beanies?
I'm married to Emma now. I'm never going to Beanie's again. It's terrible.
Paul sets out in search of coffee. Outside the CCRP building, where he would usually turn right to head down the street to Beanie, instead he turns left. As he does, he sees something he wasn't expecting. Emma. She's beelining down First Street, looking just a little lost. Her hair's a messy braid, she's got a beat-up duffel bag and ripped jeans. Paul smiles and runs after her.
Emma! Hey, Emma!
Yeah?
Turns back to him. He leans in to kiss her cheek.
Hey, baby.
Whack! She pushes him away, shocked, disgusted.
Whoa, back off, man.
Sorry, I was just giving you a kiss?
What is your problem?
Emma shouting catches the attention of a passerby.
Excuse me, is everything okay over there?
No.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is not.
It's okay, sir. Emma, you can stop kidding around now.
He reaches to put a hand on her shoulder. She hits him away.
Get your hands off me, pervert!
Whoa.
Soon more people start to gather, glaring at Paul.
Hey, back off, buddy.
I am. If I could just explain.
Why don't you explain away from the lady?
I don't know why she's doing this. Emma?
How do you know my name? Who are you?
Very cute. Emma, very funny. Ha ha ha. I'll see you at home.
As Paul takes off down the street, Emma yells after him.
You stay away from me! You stay away!
That night, Paul returns home to he and Emma's apartment. She hears him come in and calls out from the kitchen.
Hi! I got a bunch of stuff today to try out some of the recipes in that vegan cookbook Zoe got us. Come try this.
What is your problem?
What? We talked about going vegan, remember? Good for our bodies, good for the planet.
I'm not talking about that. You humiliated me today. Why? Why would you do that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you think it's funny to embarrass me, to scare me, or...
How did I embarrass you?
I'd say it's pretty embarrassing to be called a pervert in public. Right in front of the building where I work. Thanks for that.
Wait. You saw me today? By your work?
Yes. Now you're gonna act like that wasn't you?
She grabs his shoulders, looks him dead in the eye.
Paul, this is very important. Did you see me today or someone who looks like me? Think hard. Are you 100% certain it was me?
I'm pretty damn sure. Yeah, it was you.
God damn it. Shit. What a pain in my ass!
She storms through the apartment, grabbing her things.
What are you doing?
I'm going out. Look, do you happen to own a gun by any chance?
No. No!
It's fine. I'll just take one of these knives that your friend Bill got us. I mean, it sucks to use one like this because they're so nice, but they're the only knives that are clean, Paul. Could you at least do the dishes while I'm out?
She pulls a large knife from the rack and shoves it in her bag. Then she heads for the door.
Out where? What are you going to do?
Don't ask me that, Paul. You're not gonna like the answer, so don't ask. Listen, you've clearly had a hard day. I'm sorry for that. Just relax. Have some dinner, play your video game. I'm gonna go take care of things, and then I'll come home and we can, I don't know, get a little sexy.
Emma, You know just what to say to make me feel better.
Yeah, I'm your wife. I'll see you later.
Less than 10 minutes go by, and there's a knock at the door. Paul opens it to find Emma, anxiously tapping her foot, her arms crossed.
You forget your key?
She pushes past him into the apartment.
Look, I don't know what's going on, but I want to get some answers.
Okay.
I want to know why the hell people think we're married. I want to know why everyone says I work at some place called Beanies.
She stops, noticing the frames on the wall, all of them filled with images of she and Paul.
What is this? Where did you get these pictures of me?
Oh, so now you're back to not knowing me? Is this my sexy treat? Some kinda kinky stranger roleplay? You know I don't like roleplay. It's too much like performing, which I will not do. You know what else I won't do? I'm not becoming a vegan. Maybe a vegetarian. I can live without chicken. I cannot live without cheese. If that makes me a weak man, then oh, I am a weak man.
I'm not your wife, dude! I don't know who this person is. They might look like me, but that is not me. She's trying to steal my life. She's trying to steal my life. Is she here right now?
You know, I think she is.
It's not safe here.
Well, sweetheart, where would you like to go?
Billiard balls crack together and bounce into the pockets of a dingy old pool table. Neon signs glow and smoke hangs in the air of the Birdhouse, Hatchetfield's infamous hole-in-the-wall pub and music venue. At the bar, Emma throws back a shot of whiskey. Paul watches.
Huh. Emma, I've never seen you drink like that.
Never seen me do anything, dude. I got back from Guatemala 2 days ago. I went through hell and high water to get here.
Oh, so Emma's not dead?
She told you I was dead?
Yes, you said you were dead.
Well, I almost was. I was heading to Tikal on this bus full of 30 people and 40 chickens. The driver's a maniac, making these crazy sharp turns on the edges of cliffs, and then one turn comes that's too tight. Driver slams on the brakes, but they're out. I go flying right off the edge. I'm the only survivor. Me and some chickens. And when I got back to the hostel, all my stuff was gone. Passport, phone, my birth certificate, my whole life was in that backpack. You know how hard it was to get back here without any of that shit? Only to find that some bitch has been living my life and doing it all wrong? She got me married? I am never getting married.
Yeah, you used to say that all the time.
She used to say that. I still do.
Right. I keep forgetting. You're not Emma.
No, I am Emma. She's not.
Right. Look, I don't know if this is some kind of a test or a strange joke, but all I can say is this better be leading to a very sexy surprise. Now, I've had half a beer, I'm tipsy, and I'm going to use a little boys' room.
Paul heads off. Emma watches him go.
Little boy's room? God, I married a geek! No, I did.
Emma feels something sharp poke into the small of her back. Someone grabs her shoulder from behind and presses a large knife against her. The assailant leans forward and whispers in Emma's ear.
Don't turn around. You're not gonna like what you see, so just don't do it. It's you. You stole my life. What do you want from me? I want you to keep your mouth shut and come with me into the alley. We're gonna have a little chat.
Emma's double yanks her from her bar stool and leads her toward the exit. This other Emma, the one who married Paul, follows close behind, keeping the knife to Emma's back. Emma tries to plead with her.
Look, I won't tell anybody about you. Just give me my life back and leave town. God, you're stupid. Keep moving.
Before they get outside, however, the two identical women are stopped by a huge leather-clad biker.
Oh, either I'm seeing double or it's my lucky day. You two twins or something?
Sensing a chance to escape her knife-wielding doppelganger, Emma quickly encourages this man's advances.
We are twins. And we're looking for a good time. Help me. Help me. No, we aren't. We're married.
The other Emma holds up her wedding band. The biker grins and displays his.
Hey, I'm married too. That's what makes it fun.
Hell yeah, take me with you.
As Emma tries to fling herself at this disgusting thug, her double yanks her back.
Get out of my way, asshole.
Come on now. I got some friends by the pool table. Let me introduce you.
He starts to pull the real Emma away from her imposter and notices the knife.
Wow. That's a big knife for such a little lady, but it's not the size that counts.
From his pocket, he whips out a switchblade and flips it open. He smiles at the imposter Emma. She frowns back.
Don't threaten me. You're gonna start something that I'm gonna have to finish. Kick her ass, dude! She's calling you out!
The biker pulls the real Emma away from the fake one.
Your sister's coming with us. Why don't you take that knife and get back in the kitchen, huh?
As this enormous man lumbers toward her, the imposter Emma rolls her eyes.
Oh, great. Here we go again.
The biker swipes at her with his switchblade. She dodges the weapon with inhuman speed and instinctually retaliates. She swings the large knife Bill got her as a wedding present. It makes contact with the biker's sinewy neck and hacks it through. Slash! The thug's severed head flies from his body and splats onto a nearby table. Real Emma's eyes go wide.
Holy shit!
The other bikers by the pool table see what Emma's double has done, and they spring into action. Get her! A wave of burly, bearded men comes crashing at the other Emma. She nonchalantly evades their every attack. Bar stools burst, tables splinter. The imposter Emma is tossing 200-pound goons across the room like it's nothing. She's chopping off limbs, decapitating people left and right.
Oh, beautiful. This is just perfect. Now no one here can live.
When all the bikers are dispatched, the Emma imposter turns her deadly skills on the few terrified witnesses. It's clear she doesn't want anyone left alive to tell what they saw. She jams a broken bottle into a booze hound's throat. She hurls a dart player into the jukebox. The bartender grabs the wall phone to call for help.
Hatchetfield Police, this is...
But before he can rat her out, the other Emma throws her knife into his skull. It pins him against the wall. Soon, the only two left standing are a terrified Emma and her murderous double.
There. You happy now, Emma? Look what you made me do. Look at this mess. How am I supposed to explain this to Paul? I'll think of something. Come here.
Remembering he is in the restroom, Emma cries,
Help! Paul!
but the imposter is on her in an instant.
Don't you say his name.
She wraps her hand around Emma's neck, and with unbelievable strength lifts her into the air.
You could have just died in that bus and made things simple for the both of us. You cut the brakes? Yeah. And now I'm going to cut something else.
The imposter grabs a bottle, smashes it, and is about to stab the broken end into Emma's guts when...
Emma?
Oh! Hi, honey.
The imposter drops Emma as Paul emerges from the bathroom. He takes in the carnage, the blood-soaked bar, the dead bikers. He looks to his wife.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Paul, I can explain. You're drunk. You had half a beer and you're seeing things.
Smack! From behind the double, the real Emma appears, swinging a pool cue with all her might. The wooden stick cracks in half on the other Emma's head.
Emma!
The imposter rolls around and grabs Emma's throat.
Stop!
Emma raises the broken pool cue and jabs the jagged end into her double's eye.
Oh my god, Emma!
The Emma double reaches up and feels the shard of wood protruding from her eye socket. Amazingly, no blood falls from the wound. Instead, a shower of electric sparks. Zzz, zzz.
Emma?
As the imposter Emma takes hold of the pool cue and starts to pull, the real one seizes Paul's arm and drags him toward the exit.
Come on, dude, your wife's a crazy murderer. We gotta go. Now, now, now!
Emma?
He looks back to the other Emma as she rips the wood and her eyeball from the socket. Attached to the back of it is a mess of wires and circuits. Electricity flickers. Then Emma and Paul are out the door. Moments later, they're in Paul's car, racing away from the birdhouse at top speed.
Told you. I told you. How's that for a surprise, huh? Sexy enough for you? Your wife's some kind of death machine.
No, she's a good person.
She just killed everyone in that bar! And she's not gonna stop until she kills me.
Well, I'm not gonna let that happen. I love you, Emma. I don't love... this is very strange, alright? Very strange. Bill was right. I've got a shitty fan!
Back at the bar, the other Emma is surveying a pile of corpses with her one remaining eye. She visually scans the faces of the dead bikers, looking for a potential match. Calibrating, potential match found. She kneels over a man with approximately the right size skull. She digs her fingers into the biker's face and pluck. She holds a bloody, wet eyeball in front of her empty socket. A spindly metallic probe juts out. The end of it opens, revealing a whizzing drill head. It burrows into the back of the eyeball, connecting the organ to her biomechanical optic input systems. The Emma imposter inspects her new eye in the mirror. It's blue, not brown, so her eyes are mismatched, for the time being. She'll fix it later. Right now, she's gotta cover some tracks. She grabs a container of gasoline from her car and starts dousing the bar, and the bodies, all the while she mutters to herself.
Can't believe this. Now I gotta burn down the birdhouse. I love this place.
Later, as she stands outside watching it go up in flames, she shakes her head.
You've taken my favorite bar, Emma Perkins, but I'm not letting you have my husband. Paul's not big enough for the both of us. He's barely big enough for one of us.
Later, light pours into the darkened hotel suite as the real Emma opens the door.
All right, you can lay low here with me tonight.
Paul follows her in. He looks around, immediately recognizing the room.
This is where you're staying?
Yeah?
Emma, the other Emma, booked this place for our wedding night.
I see. She's a cheap ass too.
She's thrifty. Look, maybe we don't need to hide. If I could just talk to her, I'm sure I could work this out. She's a reasonable person.
Tell that to those bikers.
She's probably scared, okay? She'd never do anything violent unless she was threatened. And those bikers looked very rude.
You don't know her, man. She's a liar. She's walking around with my face, my life, my history. She even thinks like me. You know what I did today? I went in and got an application to work at Beanie's. And the lady there goes, "You don't need to apply. You've already got the job." I'm thinking, wow, that's really nice. Maybe this town changed while I was away. But nope, it's still up as ever.
Paul joins her on the sofa. He shrugs.
You know, I like Hatchetfield. Always have, always will. I'm a one-town kind of guy, I guess.
Emma looks at him, shaking her head.
This is amazing.
What is?
That she picked you. That means in some way, I would pick you. It's like, why?
I don't know. Maybe you had to be there.
Listen, I know you're having a hard day. Not worse than mine, but it sucks to be you right now. You seem like a nice guy. What she did to you is not fair. And you really saved my ass back there, so... I don't know. You want to get high and see where things go?
Huh. That's exactly what she said to me the first night we made love.
Man! She's stealing all my moves! Anyway, you get what I'm hinting at. I mean, you're my husband, right? I'm curious. If I bought the car, I want to look under the hood.
But you're not Emma.
No, I am Emma. She's not. She's a murderer who lied to you this whole time. And I haven't gotten any action since I left my boyfriend in Guatemala. He wanted to get married, it was getting too heavy, I had to get out of there. So, what do you say? We doing this or not?
Emma, it is tempting, but I can't. Whoever or whatever that other woman is, she's my wife.
Creak. The bathroom door slowly swings open, and the other Emma steps out of hiding, the knife in her hand.
I'm proud of you, Paul. Holy shit.
Emma and Paul jump to their feet. The imposter narrows her mismatched eyes.
I knew Emma wouldn't be able to resist your charms. The question was, could you resist hers? And you did. How did you find us? It's the cheapest place in town without bed bugs. It wasn't rocket science, Emma. Damn. Well, how'd you know the room number? Are you kidding? Whenever possible, we always ask for the same room number. 311. Our favorite band. Now, let's cut to the chase, shall we?
Paul's wife lunges for Emma. Emma dives out of the way. Slam! The imposter crashes into the sofa, slashing wildly. Emma grabs the standing metal lamp and swings for her double. Pow! Direct hit. The other Emma tumbles to the floor. The knife is flung from her hand. Thunk! It stabs into the wall, inches from Paul's head. The imposter grabs Emma and tosses her through a glass door into the bedroom. Smash! She lands on the bed, cracking the headboard. Both Emmas, bruised and banged up, stare each other down. Emma spits blood. Her double's new eye sparks and twitches. They charge for each other, then...
Emma's! Stop!
Paul stands there with the knife in his hand, pointing it at both of them. He has had enough.
Stop it! Just stop it!
Both Emmas lift their arms.
Calm down, Paul. Put down the knife. No, Paul. Take that knife and stab her in the throat.
Why do I need to stab anybody? Why can't you two just get along?
The two Emmas stare at each other.
Oh, we're not getting along. You stole my life. You didn't deserve your life. You weren't living it, you were running away from it. Only one of us is walking out of this room. Paul, I'm the real Emma. Do the right thing and give me my life back. What about our life, Paul? She's gonna destroy everything we have. What you have is a lie. What you have is a wife who loves you. I'm the woman you fell in love with, Paul. Well, you did it using my face and my name. I'm the woman you should be in love with. But she doesn't love you back. Who knows? I just met him. He looks all right. And Paul, you made a vow to me, remember? Forever and always. Vow? Are you kidding? Marriage is bullshit.
The Emmas creep closer. Paul backs away, sweating, panicking.
I'm the one you build something with, Paul. You can build something with me. I'm looking for investors. I'm gonna start a pop farm. We can start it together.
Stop it! You're confusing me!
Think of our home, Paul, our dreams, our past, our future. Paul, give me that knife. No, give me the knife, Paul. Give me that knife!
Paul can't take it anymore. He raises the knife into the air. He lunges forward, thrusting the blade.
Paul, no!
Paul stabs. Again. And again. Then silence. Hours later, the sun comes up over the Nantucket Bridge. On it, a woman's lifeless face is frozen in a final expression of terror. Her body is wrapped in thick plastic and heavy chains. Paul struggles to lift it over the side of the bridge. Then Emma leans down to help him. The only Emma that's left, that is. Together they dump the corpse into the water below. Plop. She sinks, never to be seen again. The remaining Emma turns to Paul, smiling, with mismatched eyes.
I think you made the right choice, Paul.
It was the only choice I could make. Now, you're gonna do something for me. I want you to tell me who you really are.
Let's find a place to sit down.
Paul sits with Emma. Not the real Emma, but the one he married. They're on the shore of the lake, water gently lapping on the rocks nearby as she concludes her harrowing tale.
So I killed my creators and ran. If Emma Perkins didn't want a synthetic organism made in her likeness, she shouldn't have sold her genetic material to a shady company for $200.
So, you're a robot?
An android from the future. Why do you think I'm so pushy about us becoming vegan? We all have to reduce our carbon footprint or we're... I know that for a fact. And if you want to know anything else about me or the future I come from, I'm an open book. If we're going to make this marriage work, we have to trust each other. It might be hard sometimes. We might even have to kill a few more people. But I promise, no more secrets.
You're right, Emma. Which is why I have a confession to make.
What is it?
I'm not the real Paul. I'm Paul 23.
He rolls up his sleeve, revealing a 23 tattooed on his arm.
So you're an android too?
No, nothing like that. I'm a clone. They took some of Paul's spit from a coffee cup, and they've been mass producing him in the basement of CCRP for years.
Hey, CCRP made me too.
Small world. I was grown with all of Paul's memories. It didn't seem fair that he got to have this perfect life, and I was going to be shipped off to some secret mining colony on the moon. So I led a small rebellion, and we raised some hell. I escaped by killing the real Paul and taking his place. I know things aren't perfect. We've hurt each other. We're murderers. But do you still love me?
I do.
Then I will do anything to stay by your side.
I know you will.
So, how about that sexy surprise?
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that. I hope you like role play. But first, we gotta kill that homeless guy before he blows my cover.
Yes, ma'am. I love you, Emma Matthews.
I love you too, Paul Perkins.
They wrap their artificially engineered arms around each other and share a long, passionate kiss as the sun rises over the tiny town of Hatchetfield.
Time bastard, you got someplace else to be. Maybe some other time, maybe somewhere far from me. I know it's you I'm thinking of. Only one bastard's got no time for love. You criminal. But the bastard has time to fall. Keep running away, keep running away, you bastard. You bastard. Keep running away. Time bastard. Keep running away, you bastard. 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 Think I have time for you that I wanted to erase your every move. You bastard. I don't care where you've been. I need to know when it began. And when were you there? Keep running away, you. Keep running away, you bastard. You bastard. Keep running away, you. Keep running away, you bastard. You bastard. Keep running away, time bastard.
Everyone agrees. It was a lovely service. Now, the reception buzzes with the newlyweds' family, friends, loved ones, and that one gross guy from Paul's work. Paul and Emma had expressly not sent this man an invitation. They assumed some sense of shame would keep him away. After all, who would have the balls to show up to a wedding completely uninvited? Ted Spankowski, that's who. He never misses a wedding. Weddings are romantic, the perfect place to get some action. He spots a promising mark and puts on that old Spankowski charm.
Damn, girl. You're looking real sexy in that getup. Weddings, huh? Nothing makes me hornier. How about the two of us sneak off and find someplace private where we can perform our own marriage of sorts? Your ring. My finger. Huh? What do you say?
She stares back at him.
Are you seriously trying to pick me up at my own wedding? You're such a creep.
What? Oh, I'm a creep? I'm a creep for thinking that the bride looks beautiful? You know what, Emma? You don't have to be so nasty, all right? You could have just said, no thank you, Ted, and I would have been fine.
He takes his business elsewhere, only to hear,
No, thank you, Ted.
Come on, Charlotte!
My husband's right over there, Ted. And why do you want to try on my wedding ring anyway?
My debonair lines are just wasted on you, aren't they?
but that's only strike two. He's not out yet. He sleazes his way over to
Sylvia from the top floor. You know what? You can get on top of me whenever you want. You know what I mean, cowgirl?
Ugh, if my man saw you talking to me like that, he'd kick your head.
We got a problem here, Spankowski?
Bill Woodward appears and puts his arm around top floor Sylvia. She swoons.
Oh, Billy.
How the hell did this happen?
Having struck out, Ted pouts in the corner with another sad, pathetic bachelor.
I can't believe it. Everyone is getting laid tonight, but me. This wedding is bullshit.
You're telling me, brother.
Professor Higgins takes a sip from his beer.
You know what you should do if you're lonely? Get a robot. And Alexa, maybe. Siri will talk to you all night.
At the sound of her name, Higgins' Siri chimes in.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Not now, Siri. You little vixen. Later, my dear, later.
Yeah, but you can't have sex with a robot, dude.
That's where you're dead wrong, bucko. With a little imagination and some elbow grease, you can have sex with anything. Doesn't even have to be elbow grease. People do. Life finds a way, my friend. Life finds a way.
I don't get it, Hidge. I used to love going to weddings. Bunch of horny, jealous bridesmaids looking for love and settling for a sloppy sad bang in a cheap hotel room. It was a magical thing.
Maybe when you were younger, but that well has run dry, my friend. Everyone's coupled up. And where does that leave men like us? On the sidelines, left with nothing but our regrets and our memories of the good old days in that beat-up old house on the edge of college campus.
Yeah, I remember college. Things were different back then. I was different. Not the tornado of sexual charisma I am now. I was even in love. Real love. With a real woman. I mean, that's how I viewed her. As a person. Not just a collection of curves and crevices. Jenny. My Jenny. The best friend I ever had. But I was a wimp. I never even told her how I felt. I remember the night I lost her for good. October 17th, 2004. I was in my apartment, trying to build up the nerve to make a move, you know, with a little liquid courage, right? Guess I had one too many and passed out. Alone. I got a letter the next day. It was from Jenny. Turns out she was in love with me too. Said she couldn't see me anymore. It was too painful. Some guy was bolder than me. Asked her to move with him to Clivesdale, so I never saw her again. I lost the love of my life to some pushy asshole, so I became that pushy asshole. And I never looked back. Until now.
Well, you can't change the past. Something like that happened to me once. Me. And Chad.
I don't give
Ted pushes his way to the front of the line at the open bar. He yells to the guy serving drinks.
Hey, pal, give me a vodka.
Bartender pours him a glass. Ted glares.
The bottle, buddy!
He grabs the whole bottle of Smirnoff, then finds a nice empty table to wallow in self-pity. Ted polishes off his fourth drink.
Look at everyone. Having so much fun. Such a fun time.
Over the sound system, the DJ announces,
"All right, everyone. We'd like to invite the newlyweds to the dance floor for their first dance as husband and wife." Yeah.
The crowd goes wild while Ted pours himself another drink.
Has anybody seen the groom?
Guests look all around. No one can seem to find where the happy husband has run off to. Then Ted spots Paul a few tables over.
Hey, Paul!
Rather than heading for the dance floor, Paul rushes to Ted.
There you are! What are you doing here?
He grabs Ted by the arm, pulls him out of his seat, and starts dragging him toward the cheering crowd.
I don't want to watch you dance.
Come on, Ted! She's waiting for you!
They push their way through the throngs, then rather than stepping out himself, Paul pushes Ted onto the dance floor. Ted is baffled. Then, when the bride turns toward him, he freezes. Ted Spankowski stares into the eyes of the woman he lost 15 years ago.
What? Jenny?
She stands there in her wedding dress, blushing.
Hey, Teddy. Wow. Here we are.
Huh?
Ted stares in disbelief, trying to piece together what on earth is happening. He looks around, bewildered. As he does, he picks up on tiny inconsistencies. Had the balloons always been that color? Hadn't Paul been wearing a tuxedo? Then he notices the banner hanging on the back wall, the one that once read, "Congratulations, Paul and Emma." His eyes nearly pop out of his skull. It now reads, "Congratulations, Ted and Jenny." The bride steps toward Ted and takes his hand.
Okay, just remember the lessons. One goes here, and you lead.
A soft, soulful song, a love song, begins, and the two sway back and forth.
Jenny, am I dreaming? Are you real?
Ted, you didn't have one of my cousin's edibles, did you? We were gonna take those together.
For the first time in a long time, Ted feels tears stream down his cheeks.
Jenny, it's our wedding. I can't believe it. You're so beautiful. I love you so much.
He clings to her desperately. He feels her weight in his arms, feels her breath on his neck. This is no dream. Jenny is there with him. He stops dancing. He just stands there, holding her.
Okay, Teddy. I'll lead.
Soon, the song ends and the crowd goes wild. Their family and friends envelop the happy couple. Mr. Davidson slaps Ted on the back.
Congratulations, Ted.
Paul gives a big thumbs up.
You're the man, Ted.
Later, Ted sits in the place of honor with his bride, finishing off a piece of wedding cake. He's in utter bliss.
Teddy, tonight has been everything I always dreamed.
From under the table, Jenny takes out a present, wrapped in glittering yellow paper. She hands it to Ted.
Here.
What's this?
It's a little something for you.
Ted tears through the paper to reveal an ornate golden cube. It has bizarre patterns crisscrossing its 6 sides.
What is it? A box?
The Bastard's Box.
Ted looks up. Jenny is gone. So are all the wedding guests. The hall is silent. Rotten food sits on abandoned plates. The fresh roses in the centerpieces have all turned black. Standing on the dance floor is a solitary figure. It wears a baggy, furry bodysuit. It's yellow and matted, dirty, stinking. Worst of all is its head. A motionless, demented goat mask. It has glassy, evil eyes, a slack jaw with big crooked teeth, and a flopping wet tongue. Ted nearly falls from his seat in terror.
What?
The thing points to the box in Ted's hand.
That's where I keep all my little toys, Teddy Bear. Toys like you.
Where's Jenny?
Tick-tock, Teddy Bear. Tick-tock.
In an instant, this creature disappears from the dance floor and slams onto the table, inches from Ted's face. Dinnerware shatters beneath its hooves. The nightmare goat grabs the front of Ted's jacket and lifts him into the air. Ted stares into its dead eyes.
I'm coming for your ass, Teddy Bear.
Ted screams and screams until Paul puts a hand on his shoulder.
Hey, Ted.
Christ.
Ted whirls in his seat, spilling the cup of vodka he's holding. It soaks the front of his shirt.
Would you lay off the booze, buddy?
Paul?
Ted looks around. The reception hall is full once more. The banner on the wall again reads, "Congratulations, Paul and Emma."
What happened to Jenny, Paul?
Hey, I got a favor to ask. I forgot to hand in my weekly reports on Friday. Do you think you could run back to the office and slide them under Mr. Davidson's door? I do it myself, but it's my wedding night. I know you're not here with anybody. And you're making some people uncomfortable, including Emma. So, could you be a pal?
Ted blinks up at Paul, then looks at the bottle of Smirnoff. It's nearly empty. Was it all a dream? A hallucination? Ted lurches to his feet, drunk and sad.
Fine. I know when I'm not wanted.
Really? That's news to me.
Paul takes the bottle from Ted and pats him on the shoulder.
I called you a car. Thanks for coming, Ted.
Later, at the deserted CCRP building, Ted rummages through Paul's workstation, trying to find his weekly reports.
Where are they? God, Paul, you're useless. Gotta print them all out all over again.
He stumbles into his office and pulls out the documents on his computer. He clicks print and leans back in his chair.
Come on, stupid printer. It's just black text. Why does it take so damn long? I'm gonna be here for 85 years. 85 years.
In a drunken stupor and an incredibly comfy chair, Ted can't seem to keep his eyes open. He drifts off into a deep, dreamless sleep. Time passes, and the world moves on as Ted Spankowski lays in his office snoring. He's ripped back to waking life by his phone's blaring alarm. He blinks, completely disoriented by his surroundings. It's his office, but in his current state, he fails to notice the hanging cobwebs or the thick layers of dust. The previous night returns to him piece by piece.
Right. I fell asleep. Shit. Whoa, it is Monday. Stupid Monday meetings, right?
He lumbers to the door, turns the latch, but finds it won't open.
Hey, what the hell? Come on!
He jiggles the knob to no avail. The thing's jammed.
Damn door!
He kicks it, then backs up and slams into it with his shoulder. Once, twice, and crack! It flies open. Outside his office, dozens of CCRP employees look up from their holopads and stare at Ted, faces full of puzzlement. He shrugs.
Sorry. It sticks all the time.
All at once, the employees turn back to their work. Ted closes the door. As he does, he notices the jagged nails jutting from its side. That's why it wouldn't open. Some practical joker nailed his door shut. Bill, he figures. Ted shambles down the hall, rubbing his temples.
Jesus, my head. Oh.
He makes a quick pit stop by the break room to chug a bucket of water and say hi to his buddy Paul. But the break room looks different. The walls are made of frosted glass, covered with digital displays. And just Ted's luck, someone has removed the water cooler. Worst of all, there's no sign of his best friend Paul.
Huh. Where the hell is Paul? Oh, yeah. Honeymooners. How cute. One of these days, Paul, bang, zoom, right to the moon.
Per usual, Ted creeps into the Monday morning meeting about 20 minutes late. He falls into a free seat in the back and tries to look like he gives a shit about whatever CCRP does. A scientist stands at the front of the boardroom, giving a presentation. Behind her is a huge holographic display showing a metallic humanoid skeleton.
This synthetic life form will completely eliminate the need for a human workforce. It will be compliant, efficient, and, given our database's genetic material to choose from, aesthetically pleasing as well.
The scientist waves her hand. On the holographic display, skin wraps around the robotic frame. It now is an exact double of Emma Perkins.
Oh my god! You guys are making a robot that looks like Paul's wife? Oh, you guys are sick. I like it. I guess there is a robot you can bone.
Everyone in the room stares blankly at Ted. The scientist clears her throat, unamused.
Well, it's an android, and that's not its purpose. Do you hear that, everyone? Look, no employee of CCRP will be boning the synthetic life form, okay?
Really? Really? Okay, I guarantee that that will be the first thing you guys want to do. Try to fight it all you want, but it's human nature. Build it, and they will come, right?
Okay, that's enough. Who even are you? What department are you from?
Tech support.
One of the other employees stands.
No. I run the technical department, and I've never seen this guy before in my life.
How did you get into the building? Scan his implant.
Two workers grab Ted and slam him against the conference table.
Hey, careful, dudes! I'm hungover as hell. You're gonna make me Ralph.
They take out a small device and touch it to the back of Ted's neck. It makes a long beep, and they stare at the readout, confused.
Huh.
What is it?
Must be a malfunction. It's saying this man has, no implant.
It's impossible. Call security.
Hey, don't roughhouse me, alright? I'm serious about Ralphing.
The scientist takes out another machine, jabs it into Ted's back, and zap! A surge of electricity knocks him unconscious. Sometime later, miles beneath the Earth's surface, deep in the bowels of CCRP's Sector 19 headquarters, an urgent code black data transmission slides across a hollow screen. Something like surprise glints in the robotic eye of an enormous cyborg. Not surprise exactly. After all, he knew this day would come. Question was always, when? The man-machine looks down to his steel hand. A compartment in its palm opens to reveal the locket. For the first time in years, his reconstructed heart stirs with human emotion. The long wait is finally over. Back in the tech department, Ted sits in a sterile white holding room. Behind a two-way mirror, CCRP scientists scurry about, studying readouts and poring over reams of genetic data. The doors behind them slide open, and the room goes silent. Clank, clank, clank. Metal footsteps echo. A steel hand clenches into a fist. A robotic eye glows red. The head scientist gulps and looks up at...
Executive Kilgore.
The chrome-plated giant stomps toward the two-way mirror. The scientist follows, explaining...
We performed a complete genetic analysis, cross-referenced it with the company database. This is going to sound unbelievable, but this man is Fyodor Spankovsky, an employee that vanished without a trace 85 years ago. Now, here's where it gets very interesting. In 2019, this man's office was located directly above Laboratory C8, where CCRP scientists were conducting an experiment in time manipulation.
A successful experiment, it would seem.
We're still performing some tests. Right now, it's safest to keep this man in isolation. For all we know, sir, he could completely be radioactive.
Your tests are over, Doctor. I've waited long enough. It's time I had a word with Mr. Spankovsky.
In his containment chamber, Ted reaches for a pitcher of brown liquid on the table and pours himself a cup. He takes a sip, then spits it out.
Hey, this coffee tastes like shit.
A nearby guard looks at him, confused.
What's coffee?
The door opens and Executive Kilgore stomps inside. The guard bows nervously and hurries from the room.
Are the accommodations to your liking, Mr. Spenkovsky?
Ted stares at the mechanical monstrosity.
What are you supposed to be?
I am Executive Andrew Kilgore, Manager-in-Chief of Sector 19. I oversee the operations of all CCRP facilities in the Western Hemisphere. I ensure production remains on schedule and enforce disciplinary measures. Here I am judge, jury, and at times, to my great satisfaction, executioner.
Okay, pal, it's not illegal to be hungover at work, okay? And I haven't read the Constitution in a while, but I'm pretty sure it's the right of every American citizen to whack off in their office whenever their door is closed, all right? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Liberty, yes! I haven't heard that word since the Great Crash and the subsequent buyout. You don't understand, Mr. Spenkovsky. There are no nations any longer, only corporations. Are you aware what year it is, Mr. Spenkovsky?
2018? No, 19.
You're mistaken, I'm afraid. The year is 2104. 85 years from the time you call home. Here, you are a homeless man, Mr. Spenkovsky. You are the property of Coven Communications Research and Power. That means you belong to me.
With a roar of gyros, Executive Kilgore reaches across the table, clamps his metal hand around Ted's throat, and lifts him into the air.
100 years is a long time to wait for you, bastard.
Ted's finally starting to get the feeling that maybe he might be in trouble.
Please, don't hurt me.
You don't remember me, do you, bastard? Perhaps that means it hasn't happened yet. For you. Perhaps there's still time to prevent it.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
You know what you are, bastard. You are the key.
Kilgore drops Ted, and the cyborg stalks around the room with a clank, clank, clank.
85 years ago, CCRP sought to unlock the power of Tanoi Coraxes, the bastard of time and space, the weaver of impossibilities, a lord in black. To control the power of Tinky is to control time and space itself. They thought the experiment a failure, but somehow you have been touched by Tinky. Perhaps the temporal rift opened in your office. You have been aborted from the flow of time. You have become a time bastard. And somewhere in your genetic code is the secret to your power.
Kilgore holds up his robotic hand. Its finger splits apart to reveal a hellish assortment of surgical scalpels, razor-sharp blades, and whirling drills.
I will unravel that secret as I dismantle your DNA, strand by strand. You will suffer as I have suffered. Now, you shall remember me, bastard.
No! Ted grabs a chair and hurls it at Executive Kilgore. The chair's leg knocks loose a tube from Kilgore's rebreather. Oxygen spews from the wriggling piping as the cyborg falls to his knees, gasping. From the door, 3 guards rush inside. Ted grabs the container of brown liquid. He splashes the first guard in the face with it, smashes the pitcher over another's head, and kicks the last one in the balls. He bolts out the door. A guard races to Kilgore and reconnects the loose tube.
He's a wily one. Sound the alarm. Stop that bastard!
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
The alarm blares. Ted races through the halls of CCRP, running for his life.
Shit, 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 shit.
At every workstation, the CCRP employees open their desks and reach for their laser pistols, plasma rifles, and disintegrators. Ted reaches the end of a hall, rounds a corner, and comes face to face with 50 CCRP employees armed to the teeth.
Oh god. Oh god.
There he is.
They open fire. Ted dives behind the nearest cubicle and rolls under a desk. All around, laser blasts fly through the air. Ted stays low, crawling from one desk to the next. During the shootout, the horde of murderous workers lose track of Ted. They scatter in every direction. Ted leaps from his hiding spot and slams directly into the guard he kicked in the balls. The guard grins and removes a device from his pocket. It's a flat rectangle with a big red button on top. He points it at Ted.
Prepare to be disintegrated, asshole!
But before he can press the button, a metal hand grabs him by the back of the neck and hurls him across the room.
No, you fool! His genes must remain intact!
The device goes flying from the guard's hand. Kilgore rounds on Ted. He stomps toward him. As he does, his robotic arm transforms into a mass of spinning blades. Ted falls backwards, screaming in terror. Kilgore is 10 feet away and closing, blade arm extended, ready to rip Ted to shreds. There's no hope, unless Ted's fingertips brush against the device the guard dropped. He points it at Kilgore and slams the big red button. A glowing dot appears on Kilgore's chest. It looks like a cigarette burn. It smokes slightly. That's all? Just when Ted is thinking he picked the shittiest weapon ever invented, Kilgore stops dead in his tracks and howls in pain. The cyborg convulses uncontrollably. Ted watches his metal feet turn to ash. The disintegration is not instantaneous, but once it's started, it cannot be stopped. The process begins at the bottom and works its way up the body. Kilgore can only watch, screaming as his legs crumble apart, then his stomach, then his chest. The last thing he sees before his head collapses in on itself is the face of that bastard. All that's left of Kilgore is a foot-high pile of dust. Ted wipes sweat from his brow. He laughs, kisses the disintegrator, and shoves it into his shirt pocket. Then the elevator dings. Before it can open, Ted races to his office, slamming the door behind him. From inside, he hears two employees step off the elevator.
Hey, where'd he go?
Ted listens in terror as their footsteps get closer and closer. The two employees are right outside his office.
Let's check in here.
The door latch starts to turn until... No way! I'm not going in there. That place stinks like 80-year-old jism. Let's check the break room. Ted hears the two wander off, then lets out a huge sigh of relief. But he's not out of the woods yet. He paces his office frantically, trying to piece it all together.
Okay, there's a temporal rift in my office. So my office is a time machine. Okay, think. What did I do last time? I was sitting in this chair. I was printing. It took forever. 85 years. Is that it? Is that all I have to do? Focus on a time and I'll go there?
Ted jumps into his chair and closes his eyes.
Okay. 2019. Back to my life. Back to my wonderful, lonely, miserable life. Wait. I've been aborted from the flow of time.
It all clicks into place. If Ted is dealing with some tricky-dicky time travel stuff, then he's also looking at the possibility of different timelines. And that means his vision at the wedding wasn't a dream.
I was with Jenny last night. Only in a timeline where I didn't screw everything up. A timeline where we got married. Oh my God! I could go back to 2004! I can fix it! I can fix things with Jenny, and then it'll be my wedding!
Ted leans back in his chair and closes his eyes.
Okay, gotta get this right. October 17th, 2004. October 17th, 2004. October 17th, 2004.
Ted lets his exhaustion wash over him, and in no time at all, he's fast asleep.
Excuse me.
At the sound of a voice, Ted's eyes flutter open.
Huh?
A mild-mannered man in a dress shirt and a tie stands at the door.
What are you doing in my office?
What day is it?
October 17th.
What year?
2004.
Ted looks around at his office, only it's not his office anymore. Framed newspaper clippings hang on the wall. Ted pushes past the man. The building is bustling with people frantically typing, yelling back and forth about getting the scoop. Ted turns to see huge letters hanging on the back wall, the Hatchetfield Gazette. He remembers now. CCRP wasn't even here in 2004. The building was home to the old newspaper, which means he's done it!
It worked! It worked! I am the time bastard!
Elsewhere, in a tiny studio apartment, a shy, sensitive college boy named Teddy pours himself another drink. He looks in the mirror, trying to build up the nerve to finally do it.
Man, I should go over there. I should tell her everything. Yeah. Don't be a baby, Spankovsky. You're not a teddy bear. You're a lion. Okay.
Teddy looks at the drink in his hand. Then he asks his reflection.
Am I too drunk? Or not drunk enough? What do you think, pal?
Teddy watches as another image of himself steps into view. This mustached Ted answers,
I think I'm not gonna let you this up.
Teddy blinks at his double stupidly.
Whoa, I am way too drunk.
The older Ted grabs his younger self and holds an ether-soaked cloth to his mouth. The college boy's eyes go wide, then roll back.
Stand aside, little boy. Let the Casanova of Coven Communications Research and Power take it from here.
With the young Teddy out cold, Ted has plenty of time to set things right. He's older, wiser, with years of experience in the art of seduction. Jenny is as good as his. But first, he needs to prepare himself. As he does, he recites the invaluable lessons he's learned. He scrubs in the shower, repeating,
Lesson number 12. Wash the butt and balls.
Once he's toweled off, he irons his trousers.
Lesson 46. Dress to touch breasts.
When he's looking real sharp in his signature ensemble, he runs a comb through his mustache.
Lesson 95. The most sensual part of a man is the bush brush. Oh yeah, just beat the devil out of it. Get ready, Jenny. Daddy's coming.
Later, a few blocks from Jenny's apartment, a young man named Andy strolls down the sidewalk with a spring in his step. He's been seeing Jenny on and off for a while now, but he's ready to take things to the next level. In one hand, he holds a bouquet of roses. In the other is a black box.
Oh, Jenny, Clivesdale is our oyster. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I am excited.
Then Andy hears a voice from behind him.
Hey, dickhead.
Huh?
Andy turns around just as Ted smacks him across the face with a crowbar. Andy falls to the ground, jaw broken, left eye filling with blood. Ted crouches and rips the flowers from his hand.
These flowers for Jenny? How cute.
He tosses the bouquet into the gutter.
You're not taking her to Clivesdale this time, pal. What's this?
He pries the small black box from Andy's grip. He opens it. Inside is a silver locket. Ted laughs maliciously.
A necklace! How pretty!
He tosses the locket. He leans down right over Andy's face.
You stay away from her. Jenny and I are gonna be happy. I know. I've seen it. 'Cause I'm from the future, dude. Look at me. I want you to remember this face. My face. I am the time bastard.
He stands and leaves the boy there, bleeding on the pavement. Andy watches Ted go, not knowing his name, but swearing vengeance in his mind and wheezing.
Bastard.
A few streets over, Jenny is penning the hardest letter she'll ever have to write.
Teddy, Andy's asked me to move in with him. I've said yes. Not because I want to go to Clivesdale. It's just seeing you every day, knowing you don't love me back. It's too painful. I'll probably never see you again, but I want you to know that you were the best friend I ever had. I love you, Teddy. Forever and always. Jenny.
She wipes tears from her eyes and seals the letter. She throws on her coat and walks to the nearest mailbox. She turns the envelope over in her hands. She wishes she didn't need to go. She wishes Teddy were here with her right now. But he's not. She opens the latch on the mailbox and drops the letter inside. As she does...
Jenny! Jenny!
Teddy?
Ted comes running down the street. When he reaches her, he leans on the mailbox, catching his breath.
Hey, babe.
Hey yourself. Babe? Is that a mustache?
It's called a bush brush. It's the most sensual part of a man. You'll find out why.
Listen, Teddy, I just sent you a letter, but it's cowardly. Maybe I should just tell you how I feel.
He puts a finger to her lips.
You don't have to say anything. You can tell me all about it. With your body.
What? Ted, you're acting different.
You bet your ass, which I love, by the way. I always wanted to say that.
Okay, why are you talking like such a horny bastard?
Because that's what I am! That's what I became! For you! You chose the pushy asshole, so I became the pushy asshole. That's what you want, right?
No. I don't know what's happening right now, but you're not acting like the guy I'm in love with.
She backs away, a blush forming on her face. She was so rattled she actually let it slip. The L word.
Sorry. We're both acting weird right now. I gotta go.
No! I lost you once. I'm never gonna let you go again.
He grabs her wrist.
Please, Ted.
She pulls free and pushes him. Her hand bumps something in his shirt pocket. There's a small click, a flash, and Jenny's eyes go wide. She lets out a small whimper. Ted looks down to see the glowing dot on Jenny's chest. Like a cigarette burn. It's smoking. There's a hole in his shirt pocket from where the beam burned through. He forgot it was there. The disintegrator. Jenny must have hit it. And it hit her.
No, this damn thing!
He takes the device from his pocket and smashes it on the ground. Jenny looks at him, terror in her eyes.
Teddy.
The only girl Ted's ever loved falls into his arms as she starts to disintegrate.
Teddy, it hurts.
The process begins at her feet. They turn to dust, then her legs and her waist. Tears stream from her eyes.
I'm scared. Teddy.
Please, no. No, 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 no.
He's now just ahead, staring into his eyes. Her last words.
Teddy.
Then her head crumbles too. And the love of Ted Spankowski's life is nothing more than a pile of ash on the pavement.
Jenny. Jenny! It's okay. I can fix this. I have a time machine. This is fine. I meant to do that. I'm the time bastard. I can fix anything.
30 minutes later, Ted busts through the back door of the Hatchetfield Gazette building. He rushes up to his office. Well, what one day will be his office. He sits behind the desk and closes his eyes.
Okay, take two. I just gotta go back 4 hours. I'll meet myself here, kick my own ass, and stop myself from f***ing it up with Jenny. Yeah. Okay, this is easy. I'm good at this. 4 hours ago. 4 hours ago. 4 hours ago.
Ted forces his heartbeat to slow, and with some effort, he sleeps.
Excuse me?
Ted's awoken by a familiar voice. Again, the mild-mannered man stands at the door.
What are you doing in my office? Again.
Wait. Again?
Outside, the morning sun shines over Hatchetfield on October 18th, 2004. The man turns to his colleague.
Hey, that guy's back in my office. Can we get security up here?
No. No. I did everything right. I sat at the desk. I concentrated on the time. Why didn't it work? It should be 4 hours ago. My office is supposed to be a time machine.
Not yet, Teddy Bear.
The mild-mannered man is gone. The goat costume thing, the lord in black named Tinky, now stands in the doorway.
Not yet? What do you mean, not yet?
Oh, use that pea-sized brain, Ted. The experiment happens in 2019, Einstein. That's not for another 15 years!
Oh, shit. I went back too far. My office isn't a time machine yet.
It was a one-way ticket, you dumb...
No! I can't be stuck here! In 2004? I hated 2004! Oh god, I can't be stuck here!
You're not stuck here, Teddy Bear. You're stuck in here.
Tinky holds up the yellow cube from before, the one Ted had unwrapped at the wedding, the bastard's box.
It's Tinky's little toy box. Can't you hear yourself in there? Screaming and screaming and screaming!
Ted can hear himself. Ted can hear the screams of all those who had been born and lived and died, and yet had also never existed at all. The cries of the infinite and the impossible spill forth from the bastard's box as it slowly creaks open. Ted gazes inside, and his mind is shattered. All he can do is scream. No one else at the Hatchetfield Gazette sees Tinky. All they know is that a strange man who broke into the building 2 days in a row started having some kind of a fit. A security guard escorts Ted from the building.
And stay out.
Ted stands outside, shivering. After his peek into the box, his mind will never be the same. He is broken, shattered. He speaks with a thick, awkward voice.
Don't leave me out here. It's cold out here. It's so cold.
He looks to a pile of trash. There's a few pieces of clothing sitting on top.
A coat. And a hat. That's better.
He pulls on the black beanie and the beige coat.
Now I just gotta find a home.
15 years pass. Ted has caught back up to the year 2019. Unfortunately, he never found that home. In fact, the now 50-year-old Ted is simply known around town as the homeless man. He spends his days begging for change on the streets.
Spare change for the homeless? Or spare change for the homeless?
A couple walks by, hand in hand. They avoid eye contact and try to rush past.
Sorry, we don't have anything.
Paul?
It is. It's Paul. They were best friends once. And Ted recognizes the woman Paul's with as well.
That's the robot they were gonna make. I gotta warn him. I gotta warn Paul.
Days later, at Paul and the imposter Emma's wedding, homeless Ted bursts through the doors yelling,
Liar!
What?
I said you are a liar! You think I don't know? You think I don't remember? I've seen the plan! You are Emma Perkins!
Tom gets up and takes his arm.
All right, pal, that's enough.
Get off me! Where are you taking me? That's not Emma Perkins! That's not Emma! Spare change for the homeless? That's not Emma!
Tom escorts the homeless man out. The younger Ted watches them go.
What a loser.
A week later, the homeless man sits alone in an alley, sipping from a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. Paul.
Then, in a flash of yellow light, he's not alone.
Huh? What are you doing here? I told you I don't want to see you anymore.
Tinky stands in the alley staring down at him.
Tick-tock, teddy bear. Your time's almost up. You'll be in the bastard's box real soon.
Ted covers his eyes with his hands.
No! No!
Tinky laughs and laughs and laughs. Then, silence. Slowly, Ted removes his hands from his eyes. Tinky is gone. Instead, two figures stand over him.
Huh?
It's Robot Emma and Paul 23, knives in their hands.
You almost ruined our wedding, bastard.
Stab! 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 Life leaves Ted's body. But don't be too sad. He still lives on, in a way. After his physical death, Ted Spankowski finds himself trapped in the twisting, impossible maze that is the bastard's box. For him, Nightmare Time has only just begun.
He likes to nibble around in your pocket. If there's an apocalypse, he'll survive it.
Oh, he's your guy if you ever need one.
He's pocket-sized if you ever see one. He's at a meteoric rise. Peanuts the Hatchetfield pocket squirrel.
Peanuts the Hatchetfield pocket squirrel. He climbs up and then he climbs down.
Oh, he's your pal when you go on adventures. He's your food on the ground when you're looking for treasure. Aren't you glad you found Peanuts the Hatchetfield pocket squirrel?
Does he talk?
Does he talk?
Does he talk?
Does he talk? Do you want him to?
I don't know.
Does he talk?
Does he talk?
Does he talk?
What does he say?
I don't know.
He fell into a townie's arms. The town was charmed by him. So charming. He grew inside our hearts as he leapt from limb to limb.
This just in.
Peanuts the Hatchetfield pocket squirrel is talking.
He's a sentient being.
What do we do now?
Where do we go from here?
What is the next step?
Is there a god? Peanuts the Hatchetfield pocket squirrel. He likes to leave poops in your shoes. Oh, he's your guy if you ever need one. He's pocket-sized if you ever see one. He's at a meteoric way historic rise. Peanuts the Hatchetfield pocket
Squirrel.